and welcome to another episode of Who Jams in a Jar, filmed at North London's most loved music venue, Jam in a Jar. We've been filming these episodes for you guys to get to know the musicians who play on our stage a little bit better. Today with me I have Jess Collins and Maisie Greenwoods, who are running our weekly Celtic Session. It's been going for a while and it was started by different musicians, but now you guys are here pretty much every Tuesday and you've got different musicians joining you. Just for the people who don't know what a session is and how it works, could you explain a little bit what is the Celtic Session and who comes here to play at it and enjoy it?
Well, basically the concept is it's not a concert. People often confuse a session with a concert. And when you're on your way out to the session, they go, good luck for your gig. But you have to explain, it's not a gig, it's not a performance. It's basically people sitting around a table and instead of drinking beer, well as drinking beer, and instead of chatting, they're just playing tunes and they might chat in between. But it's basically people just having a nice time and they all happen to play music and they like playing music together. And then other people happen to be in the pub and they have a listen and they enjoy it too.
It's a sharing space.
That's true.
Where the community comes together.
Yes.
And have you been going to sessions like since childhood, let's say? Have you been in that kind of scene from a young age?
How about you?
You should go first because you have.
Yeah.
She was born.
Basically, yeah.
She was born in a session.
Kind of, yeah. My parents met at a session.
Oh.
And when I was about 2 or 3, they used to go busking around Europe. And they used to play music in the street and then put me and my brother on a little blanket in front of them, eating ice cream, looking cute, while they played tunes, and people would give them... Cute kids. And I've still got a Portuguese newspaper cutting featuring funny travelling musicians playing in the street.
I've seen that. It's so beautiful, Maisie and her brother, and just there at the front, like...
So then I went around, I was kind of soaking up music growing up, and then when I was little, like about 7 years old, I started playing the fiddle, and we used to go on holiday to Ireland, and I remember taking my fiddle to the pub when I was about 7, and all the adults going, play that tune, play a tune, and they all clapped, and then I probably just got the session bug. So yeah, I've kind of been going to sessions for quite a long time. How about you?
I started going to sessions when I was about 21, 22. I came to it quite late. And it was just the nicest feeling when I found this space where you don't just have to sit and have conversations with people in pubs, where you can actually do something really magic together. And it was just so nice. I just totally got the bug, and as many sessions as I can get in the week.
And am I right in thinking that you started playing the fiddle quite later on as well?
Yeah, and I got chucked into a session. Yeah, I started playing because I was really inspired by a fiddle player called Jerry Bloom. And I just wanted to do what he was doing. I didn't even know what it was. I just got to do that. So, I got involved. And then through the community on Brick Lane, where people gathered, lots of people ended up coming with their violins, and then I just met some incredible violin players, Alistair Kaplan, Piotr Jordan, Mirabelle, so many, Maisie, obviously, Ewan McDonald, obviously, but you came a little bit later.
Yeah, it's true.
And Ewan McDonald, who actually isn't here tonight, but he also runs the other week.
He's one of the people who are regular at this session, isn't it?
Yeah, he runs it.
Yeah, Wanton String Band, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's a few of us that kind of hold it together and run the session. It started by Ali Kaplan. It used to be him kind of taking charge, making sure it happened, and he would ask, okay, who's around for the session this week? So we used to have quite a lot of tunes here, and then after lockdown, the session kind of got revived again. He moved back to Scotland, but then there's a load of us kind of keeping it going. So there's all sorts of people that come in, but some of the main regulars, there's me, there's Jess, there's Ewan, there's also Chris from Wanton String Band as well that comes, James Gavin from Taya, and also from Gavin Fairhall Lever. So there's Charlie Wheatley comes along as well. There's a few kind of regulars that come. I mean, the pool is massive, to be honest. Owen Spafford as well, who's just moved to London, so it's great to have him around.
It's a big family.
So, yeah.
It's the best. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Well, probably this is a good moment for everyone to now hear a song from these wonderful musicians, and I hope you enjoy what they do. you guys enjoyed that. And for the people who did enjoy that, in case they can't come out on a Tuesday night, are your sessions happening anywhere else? Are you playing with any bands at the moment that they could come and see?
Jess and I, plus 3 other musicians, Will Allen, Duncan Mingus, and Will Chamberlain, play in a band called Club Debris. It's quite new, only formed about a year ago, and we play Québécois tunes with podorythmy, which is rhythmic foot stepping. So we've been playing out. We played here last week, actually.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I was here
You should
actually.
check it out. It's really
tapping and playing. It's a lot of coordination. It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
So we do that, and then you do also lots of other stuff as well, don't you?
I've started. I'm in a new band called Sally in the Woods. It's with 2 other females, Rona Dalling and Sophie Bostock, and it is great. Rona Dalling is an amazing musician. But they live in Bristol, so it's serious organisation. It takes when we meet. But we're going on a little tour up in the north in Scotland next month, and really looking forward to that. But as far as sessions, James Gavin, who will probably be here tonight, he's got a great session on Sunday.
Yeah.
At the Lamb.
The Lamb on Holloway Road, that happens on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. We also have been running a session at the new version of Jamboree over in King's Cross. That's every second Saturday of the month from 2 till 5 p.m. That's really nice. And I mean, London's full of sessions, to be honest, once you start
Every
looking
night
for
of the
them.
week. Yeah.
There's basically sessions all over London. You just have to start digging and asking people where they are and things. There's Howl at the Moon on Saturdays and Sundays down in Hoxton as well. And then, yeah, like I mentioned before, loads of the musicians here play other sessions and in bands and whatever. Wanton String Band are a great band to play, to see live. They're really dancey. And then Ewan, that helps run the session, also has another project called Garefowl. There's just people kind of just sprouting off into all different things. People kind of meet at the session, bond a little bit, and then kind of, create different musical projects.
It's such a great place to do that.
Yeah.
To meet people. I just also I should probably plug my session at the Horn o' Plenty.
Oh, yeah, Horn o' Plenty.
Where, sorry?
Horn o' Plenty, East London, in
Okay.
Stepney, East London. Horn o' Plenty's every second Sunday of the month from 7 till 10. It's a really old school East End boozer run by a great woman called Alice who used to manage the old Jamboree.
I wanted to go back to the space that you were talking about earlier, because we have obviously met you at what used to be your space in Bacon Street in Brick Lane, and it was a wonderful place because it was just like a hub of different kinds of musicians. There was the sessions, obviously. There were, Greek musicians, Turkish musicians, people, jazz musicians, people from all around. And I kind of, saw you there dancing, singing, playing, and we had some of the best times that I think, we're trying to still replicate, but can't quite get that same vibe. Obviously, these places are really, really important, for a certain scene of musicians. And that's why kind of it's so precious to have Jam in a Jar as well. Kind of wanted to ask you guys a little bit about how do you feel about the existence of these places, and do you feel like they're disappearing? Do they, do you still need as musicians for grassroots venues especially to keep going, and how important it was for your musical development to run a space like that?
We all really missed number 14 Bacon Street, which was epic, and that's where I met or kind of got to know better a lot of the musicians that I still hang around with nowadays, including you, and it was a great space where you could just I knew that I could wander in there kind of at any time, but especially on Sundays, Sunday afternoon, evening, you can wander in and either see people or bump into new people and things, and it was great because it was just like a kind of open house Sunday afternoon, and the session would evolve through different phases, and sometimes it was natural and sometimes it was more like a competition. You're like, the Greeks have been playing for 3 hours, we want the Scottish tunes now. So there was sometimes a little bit of push and pull, let's give us a go, and then eventually so that's it, everyone kind of makes a space and then kind of it evolves over time. So, and it was great, and then sometimes it would just go on all night after the musicians have finished playing their gigs on a Friday and Saturday. They're just chilling on a Sunday, having their Friday night, And so we had, and that's sometimes when the best music can happen. One of the best sessions we had was the closing down party of Never
Yeah, where we
Vacant
spilled
Street.
onto the streets of
Yeah.
Brick Lane.
Like dancing on the tables
Yeah.
and like, you know.
These are like, you've got to do something about this.
Yeah. But I think that's the only way that these, like, having spaces like that where it is a little bit loose around the edges, where it is kind of free entry and where it is welcoming and you can stay as long as you want, you kind of need that for the music to develop. A space where you feel you can play whatever you want and where people want to hear it, but they're not paying customers and you don't have to, it doesn't have to be refined. It can be all sorts of things, yeah.
A free space.
Free space, yeah.
A free space where you can just like be and feel welcome and feel safe and comfortable, especially living in somewhere like London where it's always changing and sometimes you don't really know where you are or who you are or who your friends are. To have these places is so important. They really are. When the Jamboree closed on Cable Street, it changed the community massively. Like not having that space where people could go and gather and just like have conversations with people, or listen to the music or play the music, just alone. Not, as well as the importance of developing like musical connections and musical ability and all of that, but just having that space where people can actually just feel loved and like belonging.
And like
It's
you
really
say,
important in London.
I think, yeah, like you said, particularly in a city like London, which can feel quite hostile and can feel quite lonely, everyone craves a place that feels like a village that they can bump into people. And sometimes it could just be one bar. It could be one music bar where everyone suddenly feels they can wander in at any time and feel like they're going to, you know, they don't have to plan anything. You could just bump into people you know. And I think everyone craves a bit
And
of that.
there's not that many places like that. The Jam in a Jar, for me, is I think probably, you know, one of the only places that has the diversity of the music and like the freeness and just like being able to turn up and it's a great place.
And we do this Tuesday night session. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Tuesday night session is, well, all sessions are kind of free to attend. You just, like, the musicians are playing for themselves, and you can come and watch. But even the gigs that they have here all the rest of the week, it's free entry.
They're
That's
free.
the concept.
It's mad.
So it means people are always just gonna find music they wouldn't necessarily have seen. It means that everyone's willing to come back day after day, week after week, and you will see the same people, and it's nice.
Yeah. Places like this, super important. Super important.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we wanted to do this, and very grateful to Arts Council England and Music Venues Trust for giving the support to the venue to be able to do this project and raise awareness about not only Jam in a Jar but disappearing grassroots venues. We could probably go on about this subject forever. Probably this is a good moment to take a musical break and perhaps see Jess Collins sing a song for us.
Through the night, I
guys, your regular night is called the Celtic Session. So how does that translate into London audiences, do you find?
Well, the whole concept of a session, it kind of came out of Ireland, as far as I understand, where people gather and play tunes around, around a table. So it's a concept that works because it's great. Anyone that walks into a pub and finds people playing music for free to listen, is going to be happy. So it kind of, the concept has spread, and you get Irish communities. There are Irish communities in London, Scottish ones as well. And so I feel like it's very accessible music, and it's just something that kind of has taken a life of its own. And some sessions that you'll go to in London are very much an Irish session, and typically people that all know the similar batch of Irish tunes might go to that session. But then some sessions we used to have a specific Scottish session at Jamboree, which was great. That was a space where you could all know that you could bring out your favourite Scottish tunes and people would maybe know them. And so the one we do here is kind of a mix of Irish, Scottish, and we say Celtic because those are the main two genres. But we play tunes from Quebec, we play English tunes, American tunes, old time and stuff, a bit of I play Scandinavian tunes and stuff. Sometimes I'm always trying to filter a few Swedish tunes into the session. So it's kind of, Celtic is just what we call it, just to kind of cover probably quite a lot of Irish, quite a bit of Scottish, and anything else that sort of fits that genre.
That's kind of the beauty of London, isn't it? On how international it is, and you don't know, like you're sitting around the table and someone's from Zambia, someone's from Ireland, and it's kind of one of the rare places where that's possible.
I think especially in North London, there's quite a lot of Irish people living here, and I know in the Lamb or like in quite a lot of the other places, you often have conversations with people that are just there to listen, and you find out they're from Ireland, or they haven't been home for a long time, or it's pretty cool. I don't know about here. I think it's more of a diverse mix of people. But
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for agreeing to chat to me, and for all the sessions and everything that you do at Jam in a Jar.
lovely chatting.
Having us. It's been a pleasure.
We're going to leave everybody with another song, I believe, and I hope you enjoy our chat and the music equally, and there'll be many, many episodes of this, so hope to see you very, very soon.